What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. Guys, today we have NFL Saturday picks and preview. I have my 4 favorite free plays, all overs for you. Guys, before we get into today's picks, let's quickly recap our picks from this Friday night. We had 1 college football play and 3 NBA plays. Unfortunately, we did go 2-2, but our best play hit. Nipple went way over his line. Same with Bobby Portis, went over his line as well. Miles McBride fell short of his line. He was on pace around halftime, just didn't quite hit that 15.5 line. And Cyrus Allen just didn't even come close. Navy absolutely wiped the floor with Cincinnati. Honestly, did not expect that in that matchup, but is what it is. We move on. All right, we're going to NFL Saturday. We got 2 matchups, 2 big divisional matchups here. And the Tampa Bay Bucks versus the Carolina Panthers, and then the San Francisco 49ers against the against the Seattle Seahawks, excuse me. All right, I'm taking all 4 picks for this Saturday on Betr. Guys, if you aren't signed up to Betr yet, what are you doing? Use my code TEACH10, and when you do use my code to sign up, you'll get a free $10 deposited right into your account just for signing up. And when you do deposit, you'll get a $200 bonus on that first deposit. So go ahead and get in the app. And for this NFL Saturday, Betr is giving you a free square. Sam Darnold just has to throw for 1 passing yard, and you boost out your multiplier, all right? So go get on Betr. If you're not on Betr, get on Chalkboard. Guys, if you use my code TEACH10, same thing on Chalkboard. You'll get a 100% deposit match, so that's up to $100 bonus cash in the app. Also, Chalkboard gives you free profit boosts every single day, a bunch of different free items, and they open in card packs. It's pretty cool. They give you a ton of free value. So links for Chalkboard and Betr will be in the description of this video below, so you guys can go sign up there ASAP, all right? Enough yapping. Let's get into today's picks for this NFL Saturday, all right? My best play. Before we get into this best play, my best play is I'm on a best play streak. So I give you out my best 3 or 4, maybe 5 plays, depending on the day. And I'll pick one as my best play, and I'll submit that in my Winnable store. If you guys aren't on my Winnable store, go ahead and sign up for free. Literally free. Winnable store is in the link description of this video as well. Go sign up for free. Literally free. I have VIP options. You can go sign up for free. I give my best free play before the YouTube video comes out. So before you're seeing this, you already have this pick in your hands. We're 3-0 in our last best plays for the last 3 videos that I've given out. So 3-day streak of best play hitting. We're going with Jackson Smith and Jigba over 7 receptions. I know 7 flat, kind of a weird line. It's kind of been teeing around like 6.5. You don't get as much value. 7.5, it's kind of But honestly, I think this line's honestly kind of low. I think it should be like 8.5 at least. Why? Well, before we get into statistics, just thinking this overall matchup, this 49ers pass rush is like pretty much non-existent with all the injuries they've had all season. And if you give Sam Darnold enough time to throw in the pocket, he's going to do a lot of damage, and it's all going to Jackson Smith and Jigba. Yes, Rashid Shaheed has been a great addition. He's been doing very well. A.J. Barner has been great at the tight end position as well. And then the duo of Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet at running back has been great as well. And their defense has been great as well. That's a whole other thing. But throwing the ball, Sam Darnold is going to Jackson Smith and Jigba. This dude's like, let's check his receiving yards line. 79.5? That's not right. What's his line at? Line's at like 95, 96.5. Absolutely crazy. This dude is basically, they expect this dude to get 100 yards every single game. It's absolutely ridiculous. But at this 7 line, let's make this 7. At this 7 receptions line, he's hit this in 6 out of his last 10. He's had 2 games where he's pushed. All right, so you get a little bit of insurance right on the even line, but that's fine. We're taking that all day. I think he's going to have 8 or 9 catches easy. Last 2 games, he had 8 and 9 catches as well. One bad game against the Vikings where it was kind of a blowout, kind of a weird game where he just didn't get the ball, but they still won. But then the games before that, 8 receptions, 9 receptions, 5, and then 8. So, I mean, the dude's getting the ball plenty. I mean, look at his targets. Look at his receptions to target ratio. 72%. He's catching 7 balls out of every 9.9 every 10 targets. It's absolutely wild. So he's been having a monster year. And against this matchup against the 49ers are the 3rd worst team in the league in receptions allowed, giving up almost 24 receptions a game. That's terrible. And against wide receivers, they're a little bit better, but still pretty bad, giving up a little over 12 receptions per game. I think Sam Darnold's gonna throw for way more completions, and Jackson Smith and Jacobs is gonna catch at least like 8 or 9 balls. This is gonna be a very back and forth game. Two very high powered offenses. I think they're gonna trade a lot of shots. It depends if Seattle gets up early enough against the 49ers defense, but I think Jackson Smith and Jigba is going to have a field day. So over 7 receptions, easy. This is my favorite play of the day. All right, so we're looking to go 4-0 in these best plays, continue that streak. Heading on to pick number 2, Christian McCaffrey over 67.5 rushing yards. I know, probably not a smart play, but I like it because, well, he's still gone over this line in 7 of 10 games. So he's doing it well as recently, where he's averaging over 84 rushing yards. And the line is almost like 20 yards below that. Now, granted, they are playing like a top 5 rush defense in the Seattle Seahawks, and they are a very good defense. 3rd in rushing yards allowed and 4th in rushing yards allowed to running backs, but it's Christian McCaffrey, man. Anything can happen. And these last few games, he's been on an absolute tear. I mean, 140 against the Bears. Again, the Bears' run defense not that great, but Colts top 5 run defense. He went for over 100. Went for over this line in the game before against the Titans. He's done it against tougher opponents. Like he's proven he can do that. So he's playing well recently. He understands how important it is to get into the playoffs. And yeah, it's Christian McCaffrey time. Let's get it. Heading into pick number 3, we're staying in the same game. We're going with his buddy George Kittle over 62.5 receiving yards. One of Brock Purdy's favorite targets, George Kittle by far. If you look at, he's hit this line 6 out of his last 10 games. He's actually just hit it in his last 6 games straight. So had kind of a rough go in there a little bit earlier in the season, but once November kind of came around, he's kind of hit his stride and just really taken off. Over 100 yards the first time this season against the Colts. So love to see that, and I think Brock Purdy in this offense has just been clicking at the right time. That's a lot of what the NFL is, especially heading into the playoffs, is like, do you have the momentum, or is your team playing together as a whole at the right time? And the 49ers certainly are, despite all their injuries they've had this season. They have just found ways to scratch and claw their way to, 12 wins, whatever. Just absolutely incredible story this year in the NFL. And looking at this matchup against the Seahawks, they're 13th in the league in receiving yards allowed overall, but they're worse against tight ends, fifth worst team in the league in receiving yards allowed, giving up a little over 65 receiving yards per game. So that plays right into this line for us as well. So I really like that matchup too. So I think we can get a little bit of a Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, little duo action. We'll need the 49ers to stay in this game, though. We can't let the Seahawks get ahead way too much too early, or else, McCaffrey's probably going to be catching a lot more balls out of the backfield than he is running the ball. But I don't think that should be too big of an issue, but that's something to keep an eye on for sure in this matchup. All right, now, heading into our 4th and final pick, one of my favorite players in fantasy football, but just overall, just a fantabulous player, future Hall of Famer. It's Mike Evans, over 7.5 targets, not receptions, targets. Why? Because he's hit it in 7 of his last 10 games, where he's averaging 9 targets per game. Jesus Christ, Mike Evans is so good, man. Going back to even last year, yes, Mike Evans has dealt with a lot of injury this year. It really sucks. He's not going to get that 1,000-yard season streak to continue. That really sucks. But looking at these last few games here, before coming back from the injury, where he missed nearly 2 months. So yeah, that really sucked. Looking at this here, he had 12 receptions his first game back against the Falcons, in a divisional game, which they lost. Then 9 receptions against another divisional opponent, in which they lost to the Panthers. The Bucs have just been falling apart at the wrong time. Really hate to see it, but then he goes for 7 receptions. Against the Dolphins in his last game. So getting a little bit less receptions in each game of the last couple, but I think the volume is there. Look at the targets, 9 targets per game, catching 58% of his targets. So some of it's his fault, some of it's Baker's fault with the accuracy. So that's why we like the targets way more than just the receptions because of that percentage of catches. So we're going with the targets in a game where Baker's going to have to be on his A game. The Bucs need to win this game, and then they also need the Falcons to lose to the Saints, I believe, to help break up the tiebreaker. It's crazy stuff because I think if the Falcons win, it'll be a three-way tiebreaker between the Bucs, the Bucs, Panthers, and the Falcons, and then somehow that puts the Panthers ahead of both of them. I don't really know how that works. Didn't really get too much into it. I just believe it because I know it's true. It's a crazy line, but 7.5 receiving targets for Mike Evans. I just really like this matchup. He's going to have to be on his A game. Baker's going to be wanting to throw to him and Ibuka, McMillan, all those guys. So, over 7.5 targets. All right. Now, let's quickly recap before we get on out of here. Again, best play, my best free play, Jackson Smith and Jigba over 7 receptions, Christian McCaffrey over 67.5 rushing yards, George Kittle over 62.5 receiving yards, Mike Evans over 7.5 receiving targets. All right, guys. So 4 plays, all 4 overs, what I liked on the board for these matchups for this NFL Saturday. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe if you do enjoy these videos and these picks I'm giving out. We're on a 6-2 run coming into yesterday. Had a 2-2 day, so kind of put the brakes on us a little bit, but we're looking to bounce back for NFL. We've been a little bit better in NFL overall this season as well. All right, guys, go sign up to the Winible if you're not already. Free. Sign up for free. Get my best free play before the YouTube video drops. Thank you guys so much. Please like, comment, subscribe if you do enjoy, and I will see you tomorrow for NFL Sunday Picks.